Welcome to the Chemical Guys Clay Bars and Clay Accessories Buyer's Guide. Now this is going to be a complete guide of everything you need a clay bar and decontaminate any size vehicle. Now everything we use in this video can be picked up today on our website chemicalguys.com for the best detailing products at the best prices guaranteed. Now clay bars and clay accessories are designed to pull off contamination from the vehicle. Now this type of contamination is called above surface contaminants, and these are things like overspray, rail dust, brake dust, pollution, and any type of environmental contaminants that land on the vehicle. Now all these things ruin the color of the paint and kill the feel. So we're going to go ahead and use clay bars to pull off that contamination and restore the smooth as glass feel. Now all these different accessories are all about personal preference. So they're all going to do a fantastic job of pulling off the contaminants and making the car feel smooth as glass. Now when you're choosing the proper clay bar or clay accessory, it's good to know about your personal preference and the detailing job that you're going to be performing. So we're going to tell you all the advantages of each specific product so you can select the right one for you. Now let's start with the original product for decontaminating any vehicle, and that's going to be the clay bar. Now the clay bar has been around for about 25 years and it's been known as the detailer's secret. Now this is the original way to make your car feel smooth as glass. Now this isn't an earth clay or modeling clay, this is an actual detailing specific clay that pulls off the contamination. So let's open it up and show you what it's like. Now when you purchase a Chemical Guys clay bar, it comes in a 100-gram bar, but you don't need all of this clay to clay a vehicle. You only need a small piece. This clay bar can clay about 10 to 15 vehicles. Now I'm going to open up the clay bar and pull off the protective film. And then I'm going to tear off a small piece of the clay bar. Now all of our clay bars are super elastic and they're designed for high quality removal of contaminants. Now depending on how big or how dirty your car is, depends on how many uses you'll get out of the clay bar. If your car is very dirty, you might be able to only clay 5 to 10 cars. But if your car is moderately dirty, you might be able to do 10 to 15 cars. It's all about how dirty your car is will determine how many vehicles you're able to clay. But 100-gram clay bar can always clay up to 10 to 15 vehicles. Now that I have a piece of the clay bar off, I'm going to roll it into a small ball. Now this is going to be able to set up the clay bar so I can hold it in my hand without dropping it. And once you have the small ball of clay, you're going to take it and push it into a small patty. Now we have the perfect size clay bar to clay a vehicle. Now this small clay bar can clay about 3 to 4 cars, so it's a very effective way to remove the contamination. And to use the clay bar, all you do is take some Chemical Guys clay luber or your favorite clay lubricant, spray it on the surface, and then glide the clay bar right over the paintwork. Now this works on everything that's painted, shiny, or smooth. So it's going to work on anything that's glass, any painted surfaces. It's also going to work on wheels, rims, exhaust tips, and even chrome and metalwork as well. Now once you're done with the clay bar, make sure you place it back in the original container, because if you drop a clay bar on the ground, it's going to pick up all the contamination, and then if you use it on the paint, it's going to scratch the vehicle, because this thing is super sticky. As you can see, it sticks right to my hands, so because it's so sticky, it's going to pick up any rocks if it touches the ground. Now clay bars are a great way to decontaminate a vehicle because it's easy to use and it can get in all the super small places. So you can use the clay to get in between emblems or any type of lights and in those small cracks around the vehicle. Now when choosing the clay bar for you, here at Chemical Guys, we have 4 different clay bars. We have a blue light clay bar. This is for cars that are new or well maintained. We have a light medium clay bar, which is the original formula, which is OG clay bar. This is for cars 2 to 3 years old. If your car is 5 to 10 years old, you can choose the Chemical Guys medium clay bar. This will work to take off medium contamination. And last is the heavy-duty clay bar. Now the heavy-duty clay bar is for cars that feel extremely rough or 10 years old or older. Now this clay bar is designed for heavy-duty removal of contamination, but if your car is well-maintained or lightly maintained, you can select the medium or the OG clay bar. They're going to do a great results. Only use the heavy-duty clay bar if your car hasn't been clayed in a very long time. Now there's other options for claying as well, like the clay block. Now the clay block uses synthetic rubber material on the top, and this pulls off all the contamination the same way the clay bar does. Now this has a foam backing, so the foam is super easy to grip. That way I don't have a chance of dropping it. Plus it's more comfortable in the hand, and I can push pressure on the clay block without hurting the surface itself. Now the cool thing about the clay block is that if I drop the clay block on the ground, I can wash it with warm water because none of the contamination is going to get stuck in the clay material itself. This is a great way to clay bar or clay any vehicle for someone that's new or afraid to drop the clay bar. This is an excellent option for anybody to choose. Now, a few other options we have are clay mitts. Now, clay mitts are a newer option that are designed to clay bar any vehicle. Now, the clay mitt fits over your hand just like a glove, and you glide it over the surface using the clay luber. Now, once you glide it over the surface, all these hex-logic impressions on the front actually pull off the dirt and trap it in the clay mitt itself. Now, the clay mitt doesn't scratch and doesn't harm the vehicle, and it's going to leave it feeling smooth as glass as well. Now, just like the clay bar, the clay mitt can easily be cleaned under warm water to wash away all the dirt and debris that comes off the vehicle. Now, a lot of people like to use this during their wash by dipping the mitt right in their wash bucket and using soap as a lubricant. Now, since this is a synthetic clay material, it's going to do a great job at claying the vehicle while using soap as well. Now, you can't use soap with clay blocks or clay bars because that's going to break down the material on the clay bar or the clay block, and it's going to last much less than if you used a traditional clay lubricant. Now, these can be used with soap. They can also be used with a clay lube or your favorite quick detailer. Now, they come in 3 different forms. They come in a super fine, a fine, and a medium to select the right grade for your job. Now, our last option that we have is the clay disc. Now, the clay disc uses the same exact impressions that are on the clay mitt and the same exact material, but it's designed to be used with a machine polisher. Now, this is a super thin disc with a hook and loop backing system on the back, and you can clay any vehicle using your favorite dual action polisher. Now, the way you use it is you take your clay disc and you attach it to your hook and loop backing plate, and then you clay the vehicle on a low machine setting. Now, that's going to help pull off any type of contamination very quickly, and you can do large vehicles like helicopters, airplanes, buses, or vans in just a matter of minutes. Now, if you want to use it by hand, you can purchase the interface pad, and the interface pad actually takes the clay disc, attaches it to the interface pad, and then has a hook and loop strap, which allows you to stick your hand right in the strap and clay the vehicle. So if you purchase a clay disc, you can use it by hand or a machine, which makes it the most versatile of any of the claying options. Now, all these options that we talked about today are going to give fantastic results. They're going to make your car feel smooth as glass, and you're going to have more shine out of your vehicle. Plus, this is a major step into making the vehicle feel awesome and to give the best results when further detailing, like applying wax or polishing your vehicle. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and check out the hundreds of other videos that we have right here on the Chemical Guys YouTube channel. Now, if you want to pick up any of the products that you've seen here today, go ahead and hop over to our website, chemicalguys.com, where you can get the best detailing products at the best prices guaranteed. Now, hopefully we'll see you next time right here in the Detail Garage. Always remember to have fun, stay clean, and keep on detailing.